If you've ever had your boundaries trampled, if you've been the one forced to tolerate disrespect just to keep the peace, then this story is going to hit home. Hit that like button, subscribe, and get ready for one of the most satisfying slow-burn revenge stories you'll hear today. I live in one of those neighborhoods that look like they belong in a brochure. Clean sidewalks, white fences, well-trimmed lawns, and neighbors who wave at each other while walking their dogs. Upper middle class, quiet, respectable, or at least it used to be. My backyard was my sanctuary. Semi-private, surrounded by a fence, and shaded by a thick wall of shrubs and trees that gave us just enough distance from the world. I used to sit out there in the mornings with my coffee. Solitude, birds chirping. That little slice of nature kept me sane. But all of that changed the day our back neighbors sold their home. The new family moved in fast. Young couple, 2 teenage boys. At first, we welcomed them like good neighbors do. Polite hellos, a friendly smile over the fence. I told myself, give them time. They'll settle in. They did not. Within weeks, they cut down every single tree and shrub on their side of the fence. Gone was the natural privacy barrier. Just like that, my backyard became a fishbowl. My patio, stage, and their back windows, front row seats. I didn't say anything. It was their yard after all. Their choice. But privacy wasn't the only thing I lost. They put up a portable basketball hoop on their concrete patio. Seems harmless, right? Except their 2 teenage sons couldn't dribble to save their lives. They weren't playing basketball. They were assaulting the backboard with bricks, tennis balls, soccer balls, and even Crocs. Rubber sandals. Flying over the fence like missiles. Every day after school it was the same. Thunk. Boom. I'd flinch every time something slammed into that backboard. Or worse. Asterisk sailed over the fence into my yard. Asterisk. First, they were polite about it. The boys would knock on the door, a little embarrassed, asking if I could toss their ball back. I'd chuckle, toss it over, and move on. I even tried to tell myself, they're just kids. You were young once too. But then it started happening every week. Then multiple times a week. Then multiple times a day. And then, they stopped asking altogether. Suddenly, balls would just sit in my yard. For days. Sometimes weeks. Their tennis balls, soccer balls, flip-flops, frisbees, all quietly collecting in the corners of my lawn like forgotten trash. I told myself, okay, be patient. Be the bigger person. So I tossed them back. Over and over. Never a thank you. Never a knock. Never even a wave. I tried the polite route. I spoke with the parents. I calmly explained that the boys were constantly lobbing things into my yard. That I didn't mind the occasional mistake. But it was becoming excessive. Disrespectful. Their response. Boys will be boys. Just toss it back if you see it. No apology. No solution. Just complete indifference. And that is when I realized something. They didn't care. Not about my yard. Not about the invasion of my space. Not about the constant interruptions to my peace. They'd written me off as the quiet neighbor who would keep putting up with it. Well, they were half right. I was quiet. But I wasn't a pushover. Last summer I decided enough was enough. A soccer ball landed in my yard one Saturday morning. I saw it as I sipped my coffee. Bright blue, expensive looking. Waited. Day passed. Then 2. No knock. No retrieval. I said nothing. I did nothing. But I made one small change. Instead of tossing the ball back, I carried it behind my shed and placed it on the ground. Out of sight. Out of mind. Over the next couple months, the collection grew. Tennis ball. Second soccer ball. One sad, lonely Croc. I didn't throw a single one back. They just sat there, accumulating behind the shed like little trophies. It wasn't about being petty. It was about making a point. You see, they didn't value their stuff until it vanished. Didn't value my space because I never defended it. So this time I said nothing. And let them notice. By late autumn, the pile was noticeable from my kitchen window. And one evening, as I watched the boys poking around their own yard, searching the fence line. I saw it, the look of confusion on their faces. Where did all our stuff go? That night I walked out, gathered the pile, and in one dramatic toss, launched the entire season's collection back over the fence. No note, no warning, no confrontation, just a silent message. This year, something changed. Spring came. The boys played outside again. Basketball, soccer, the usual noise. But this time no more balls in my yard. No knocks, no rogue crocs, nothing. Then one day, a new soccer ball came over the fence. I let it sit. For 2 weeks. Still no one came for it. So when the landscaper showed up, I offered it to him. Want a new ball? Free gift from my neighbors. He laughed, took it, and left. We haven't had a single ball in our yard since. That's the thing about passive revenge. It doesn't have to be loud. It doesn't have to be cruel. Just has to shift the power. For 4 years I played nice. I threw their toys back, gave them grace, and let them treat my property like their playground. But the moment I stopped participating in their nonsense, they noticed, and they adjusted. No yelling, no feuds, just quiet, consistent consequences. Sometimes the best revenge isn't explosive. Sometimes it's subtle, quiet, surgical. A small act of defiance that reminds people, your boundaries matter. And once they learn that, they stop testing them. If this story gave you even a hint of satisfaction, hit that like button and tell us in the comments, what's the most satisfying act of passive revenge you've ever seen or done? And don't forget to subscribe for more real stories, real karma, and the justice we all wish we could serve ourselves.